president in Senegal, but a centralized president, just like how you have a centralized president in the United States of America, and you formulate a system as one Africa. What is your view on that?
Okay. You're right. Thanks, brother. You're right. Muammar Gaddafi, his plan was really the best plan as a president, because he was a president. Marco Gaddafi was not a president. Mm-hmm. He was president of Libya. And Libya has oil, lot of oil and gas. And he has a lot of money. And why he has been killed? Because he want to make a coin for Africa, one coin for Africa, one money, one bank for Africa, one half satellite, and airplane service, a continental airplane service. So he has all the project, he want to finance it, and he has the possibility to finance it. And imagine if he success to finance it, that means that Africa will be free to the Western system, imperialism system. Mm-hmm. So Gaddafi was afraid for the Westerns. It was a great threat, because all his plan, he was in the way to do it. Even the bank, he was thinking to put it in Cameroon, things like that. All was clear. So as they work centuries to control us and they depend on us, they cannot let Gaddafi to settle his plan, his program. That's why they. But the problem is, most people things that they don't know. Gaddafi, he make a mistake. The mistake is he resisted till the last year, and he go to compromise with France. That is with Sarkozy. He even financed Sarkozy. Oh. Most of people. This is what I say, never compromise with white people.
Didn't I say that today?
That's a fact.
Did he hear me, Amara?
He resisted against...
Did he answer your question?
They tried to kill him. A lot of time. He survived.
That was one, but what about the undermining from the Uganda government who set him up to make all those moves? Because it was pressure. You know what I mean? People like Mussolini never used to support him. You know, these are part of the history. Mussolini, who Gaddafi helped to maintain power, right?
Yes.
Turn his back on Gaddafi. So you might wonder why he was trying to, play into the hands of France. And it happened to the best of leaders sometimes when your own people who are not seeing the vision of an individual. So what you're saying, how we can organize ourselves on a broader level rather than looking for a single Moses like a Gaddafi, like a Marcus Garvey, and in this case everybody talk about Ibrahim Traore, or we can broaden that scope, of thinking, that rather than an individual, but it's a community thinking the same way, and that is what we must look towards, I am saying.
Mm-hmm. You heard him clearly?
I think if I don't mistake, he said about most of our government, he was financing, they betray him.
Say again?
Most of African government, president.
Yeah.
They betray him. They don't try to, protect him. I think it's what he's talking about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's what I say. I say, me as Pan Africanist, I don't trust most of government here. It's only 3 government I trust. It's Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. That's why I say Pan Africanists has to organize themselves, to not rely on other government and to wait as a government to protect us or to defend rights. We have to come to ourselves by setting our own government. That's why I say that. And Gaddafi, it was the same. Because he was counting about to the government, and they betray him. They let him to be killed by white people. Yeah. But the fact is that, what I'm taking is really important. at a certain moment, most of the time, we never see Gaddafi going in France. That it's the time we go see him going in France, having confidence to, how to say, the president of France, as I just say his name, it's them and Obama and the president of Great Britain will kill him. It's not African will kill him. You're right. He's right that they don't protect him. They betray him because he was financing. It's right, but we kill him. It's white people.
Yeah.
He's his friend of Sarkozy, because he tells Sarkozy, he was thinking that now he's in a level that they has a friend, he's financing him, he will not betray him. But the person who will betray him is Sarkozy. The president of Senegal, even me, I was against him. I say, Gaddafi was financing you. Why you let white people kill him? You have to defend him. Why? It's a lot of questions. So we have to take lesson all of that and saying that we can only count to us. Me, I know how much we are around the world. Black people, if they are conscious, how much they are, how much they have means, how much can today finance Mali or Burkina or Niger. We see no one that trying to open a account and saying that we need how much of billions to finance the army and the population that fighting. No one of us. We are all talking. I'm talking. All of us, we are talking. Most of it has something that you don't know.
Yes.
I am among people who walk from Dakar to Mali.
Wow.
I did not tell to you that.
Wow. Walk from Dakar to Mali.
Wow.
Because of what? Because how you can see Mali 10 years they are fighting against terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
You say it has a putsch, and you say the embargo. You make an embargo to this state, to your brother, and it's our government. And we say, as Pan Africanists, we have to be in solidarity with Mali, and we work. We have prepared nothing. We have no money, even the map. You don't know, but we did it, and we were tracked in the border by the Senegalese, security agent. But we make a strategy and we pass. And if you see, go to the Google, you will see all the images. It's me who took in front of the president, Assimi Goïta.
Wow.
It's to say, it's to answer that what Pan Africanists can do, our government cannot do it. Till we have people like Assimi, like Ibe, in all other government around the continent. Till we have. But till that, we have to organize ourselves as a government. And we can do it if we believe, if we have the faith, if we know what is really the strongness, the strength of the spirituality and self.
That's true.
We have to believe, and we do it.
That's true. A united Africa, do you think it is possible to have a united states of Africa?
When we call united, we talk about what? We talk about a continental strategy in army. How to gather our army, not one army, but to structure the security of the continent by having the headquarters thinking about the security of the continent in an area that all the headquarters of all the state can be in one head and think about the security of the government. If we think about economy, Africa is one land.
Yeah.
That means that in the one land, all the resources that we have, like minerals, like oil, like gas, that means that we can exploit it and see how to make a value of that to sell it around the world. And we can do it in all the program of policy program. Mm-hmm. It's only to synchronize. Unity is only synchronizing. It's not having some simply things that we have. All the continent is like one state. No, it's more technical. It's only technical. It's not a dream.
You understand what you're saying, Emma?
It's not a dream. It's structure. It's structure one policy.
I know where it is coming from pertaining to a united,
Hold on.
States of Africa, because unity doesn't mean uniformity.
Right.
Uniformity.
There are diverse cultures, there's diverse languages, and practices, but
Yes.
on what front? On a political front and an economic front.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
We
Thanks.
organize ourselves that we can have a system otherwise from the Western capitalistic system or the Western imperialistic system. And we know that there was time when imperialism was a part of Africa history, you know, places like Ethiopia and all of these places. And the people fought to break that bondage. So it's a continuous struggle. I understand that. However, how are we looking at what we... a lot of people using the term reparation. I don't like the term reparation. I rather to use the term reclamation. How are we position ourselves, knowing that we build all the empires of the world? Africans, is our knowledge, is our science and everything. You know, they used to build all the world empires. How are we positioning ourselves to reclaim what is rightfully ours?
You there, Baji?
Yeah. I listened to my professor, and I really like to hear him. He's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really right. I don't know who he is, but thanks.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's it's a lot on the table when it comes to that. There, I think that's a concept that definitely reparations is something everybody's talking about right now. But I guess he's saying that he likes to call it reclaiming. Is that what it is? Yeah,
yes, he's right. He's right, because even me, I have some problem with this concept of reparation. Because as I tell you, what do you see now in between what we learn in the war of Ukraine? Ukraine has been used by Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So even between them, they don't care. It's about power.
Mm-hmm.
What you see in Israel and Palestine, they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So us asking about reparation, things like that, what it can seem to them? Nothing.
Right.
Because they used to destroy and to control. It's the only logic they know. Destroy, control, exploit.
Mm-hmm.
But now talking about reparation or another word, I think only it make on the table all the things that they did to us. However, whatever the concept that we use, anytime we have to remind our own people what they do to us, because they try to erase all they did to us in the past.
Right.
It's what Trump is trying to do. I don't know if you know the program. They try to erase all the black history fighting in the program of the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It's my wife who will tell me that. So talking about all this kind of concept is important, whatever, because if you don't talk about that, they try to the new generation to put other, things in their mind, and people will not be conscious. Our children, the next generation of black people, they will forget the history. They will not leave, all that has been hurt our people, and to remind them. This kind of concept is good for people to ask what they do. Mm-hmm. All they have in their museum, all they have. Mm-hmm. Let's not talk about oil and gas or resources. Most of people, they talk about resources. But all the museums that we go to see, mm-hmm. that make lot of billions each year in Europe and the US, is the African culture.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What is the value of that? Even us who are fighting, we are not interested to do that. But
right.
They know that, and what represent all their artifacts in our society, in Benin,
mm-hmm.
in the Mandan, all that is what our ancestors were using, and they know the power of all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they study that. Why they keep it, even in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go underground the church, they have our artifact.
That's wild.
So, do not try to, as I say here, to be too simple the way we analyze, the way we think, the way we talk. Because we act, we are people who are, we are fighters. We are not people like university people talking, how do you say, big word, big expression, showing off. No, we want solution. We want to break these chains, those chains.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Is the right reflection.
Yes, solutions is definitely something that we need right now. It's something that I'm seeing like a lot of resources. I think Congo may have the diamonds. We're looking at, I think, Jamaica, bauxite or something like along those lines to make aluminum. There's various, I think it's Liberia, they have like the rubber tree, and they go out there and, and steal all the resources out there. They make tires and Tupperware and all kinds of items with that. And the people don't get anything out of it, like, just pennies, So for me, I it would be good to see the people reclaim these resources. And we have a lot of geniuses in our communities, man, that can do the same thing that they're doing. Make tires, make aluminum foil, make pots, pans, make jewelry, But it seems like the colonial powers, the imperialists are the ones that are in control of all of this. And we're just sitting back as consumers and laborers and consumers.
Okay, only. Why? So how is the structure of our economy? I say when we start, we don't talk about that. So the multinational, the big enterprise, most of them are from Westerns. Like here in Senegal, it's a French. And the level bottom who come, and even their big enterprise is the Lebanese. I don't know if you know the Lebanese.
Yes.
Those who come from, yes. And they are here. There's a slavery trade, they are here. It's not Senegal. It's all West Africa till Brazil. And sometimes they have 4-3 passports. And even the passport, you have to study that. If you have 3 passports, you can go anywhere around the world like that. So they can be Senegalese, Ivory Coast, France, US, or Brazil. And they are the same family because they marriage between them. They are racist. So it's a French who are the big enterprise. After France is the Lebanese. And after Lebanese is the community that I was telling you here in Senegal, the Murid. Because the Murid, they are out of the system. They work out of the system, like marginalized. And they fight now, they develop their own economy, and now they are growing up their enterprise, but they are in the bottom.
Right.
So in this kind of system, our reflection is to see how we can reinforce the economy of the local of people who are, African, Senegalese. How can we and work for the community, not who are selfish and work for the system. How we can reinforce them, or how we can work in this level and after to go to another level, to the Lebanese. Because the multinational, they are enterprise around the world.
Right.
This is really strong. That's the problem today. And even you try to open, I don't say a bank, even in US, I knew that a lot of black people try to organize and have their own bank, things like that. And they fight you. So how to capitalize, to have money, and to invest, and to make safe this investment. And big investment, because the more you gather the money, the more they will see you like threat, and they will find a way to broke you. Right. They are aware. They are here. They are aware. They don't play. It's a real kind of a real world. Well, so anywhere you go, try to learn how the economy is structured, who is the different actor, for each level, and you will see how, where, step by step, you can invest and to make safe the investment and to, spread. Because if you invest, it's to spread, to have the power. If you don't spread, it's only to make money. I think black people has not only to invest to have money, they have to invest to hold the power, to finance the power.
Yeah, all eyes are on Africa right now, man. I mean, there's a lot of people from the diaspora that wants to come there and invest, man. And, but it's a lot of question marks, like how to go about that and not be scammed at the same time. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that is a reality as well. But I mean, still people are in high spirits and still, despite all of that, people are still wanting to go out there and make a difference and invest in things like that. I mean, in Senegal, I mean, just what would you say? I think we spoke about this earlier, but like what outside of, because we spoke about real estate earlier, but outside of that, like if I was to come there next month, like what industries would be open, like a good viable industry to invest in out there?
I know that today, supermarket. I see friends that have a lot of supermarket here. Now, we fight it, but we're not successful to not stop them. And they have a lot of supermarkets around Dakar and now around Senegal. And now I see Indians, they have the supermarket.
Right.
People they consume. If you have the capacity to open supermarket, and to know the product that Senegalese they want, because I know that the difference between the people living in the English area and the French area, they don't consume the same, but there are some similarities and things that they consume. But I know that supermarket here, it runs well because people, they buy food.
Mm-hmm.
People in the stores, they buy food. If Osha, even Diana or you, if you want, I can write you the name, you can make some dishes. And I know people are going and they buy.
Mm-hmm.
They buy because any kind of food you can find it. But the market, they are blocking the market because anywhere you go now, you see their store. It has some years, it has not. But now they spread quickly.
Right.
Because they have this finance capacity, to finance and to go quickly because the government system them. The government are behind their enterprise. So even when you start, you have no government behind you. You have no multinational behind you. So it's only in a little part. So building in this state, having a store, like a supermarket, things like that, I think is a good part.
Yeah, I agree. We need them here. We hardly have any black supermarkets here in the United States, man. I mean, very few. Very few black banks here as well. There's some, but not many.
But it's the model there that they have to develop. Because if you go one by one, it's not easy to last in the long term. But if they gather their force, they have more capacity to invest and to make safe their investment, to secure their investment. But if you go alone, it's difficult to last in the long term. All of them is what they do, the white people. The Lebanese, the Arab is what they do. They gather and they invest. So it's only to gather and to invest. Even it doesn't run well, or at least you don't lose on your investment. If you are 10 people give 10%, you have 100. But if you are one person and you want to invest 100, so if you lose 100, you collapse. You go down directly.
That's a fact. Hey, I think Amara, you there?
Yeah.
You have a question? I think.
Yes, a suggestion. You just asked about investment.
Yes, sir.
And I always, recently we had this group called the Black Stars, brother, and I heard the same questions, coming from brothers about investment.
Mm-hmm.
And the question, I always listen down the line where the question going, because I believe a lot of people want to go into Africa with the same Western mindset with how you invest and how you become wealthy as individual rather than a new principle, a new economic principle where it's more of a communal way where the investment is not you becoming wealthy,
Right.
but the community become wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, we have to change our mindset. We have to rethink how we are going into Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're going to Africa with a Western mindset to become individually wealthy, then we wouldn't be doing any
Right.
in Africa.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact. And, there's plenty of, people going out there and investing in many different things. And, I don't know if they're doing it to become wealthy, but that is definitely not, that type of mindset. I definitely agree with you on that one right there.
Maybe, brother, we have to start change Western language,
Mm-hmm.
because the language sometimes gets confused, because once somebody hear the word investment, you are thinking of how many profit I can make,
Yeah.
and what I invest.
Right.
So maybe we have to start to think and how we use the language as investment, because once we use it, the first thing come to mind is how many profit I can make. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand that. But I don't think everyone has, it's just like some people may say Egypt, because not everyone understands Kemet, but we use words that everyone can understand, you know what I mean? Because, the common, what they call the lingua franca is English. We all understand English, and that's just, Egypt is just something that we all understand. But those of us that's on another level may say Kemet, and, not everyone understands that, So I use the term investment, but I definitely agree that the mindset of the individual, the mindset of the investor, is very key, And, there's a lot of capitalists out here, it'll be a white man in black skin, to go out to Africa and just, do the same thing that the colonialists did. So, yeah, I definitely understand that.
No, he's totally right. We have to think of community first, because we are weak in the community. That's why we are dominated. If the community is strong, we are not dominated. If the community is weak, we are all dominated. But another thing that I think that you have to study first, not to invest, but to study to see how to invest. It's about gold. If you go from Somali or Sudan, all the Sahel line to Sudan to Mali, Burkina and all that is about gold. And this gold is not used by Africans. We exploit it and they sell it in Europe or in Middle East. And gold is a good business. But the thing is, I don't know a lot of things about that, but I know someone who work on gold and is fighting for their association to open, I don't know how to say it in English, like a comptoir of gold, And I think it would be a very good investment if some people of the diaspora enter in this kind of business of gold. I know that South Africa is more complicated because now it's white people who control South Africa. Their economy at 8% is them in South Africa, in Namibia, things like that. Even the descendant of the Dutch who control. While in this area you have the diamond, but here you have the gold.
Okay.
And if you can have the good link, and if you can study the system and the market of the gold, how to get the gold and how to sell it, real business. Because us black people, we have some problem. All the strategic minerals, we cannot be inside. And if we won't have the control of our wave, we have to be in this kind of business.
Right.
Oil, mineral, because it's them it's that allows them to have a very huge economy around the world. So it has some investments that people can do individually, to settle themselves, to securize their family, things like that. And it has some investment that people can do in group, 2 people, 3 people, 5 people. It depends, But it has some that we have to settle a corporation.
Right.
You have a lot of rich black people to invest big and to have a good position. Because Nigerians, they do that. Nigerians, they are good on business. But Nigerians, they are real one. Nigerians, they don't play.
Right.
They don't play. But take your time. If you want to settle, see a peaceful state like Senegal to settle. But if you want to study, to invest, take your time to study state like Mali, Burkina, Nigeria, but be with people who can, securize you. It's important. If the more you go deep, the more is a mafia. All the world is a mafia. The business area is a mafia. But I think that Africans, they are prepared of all of that.
Wow. Yeah, I really do agree with that. I really don't know how things work over there. I want to get boots on the ground first. I would love to get boots on the ground and do, some hands-on research. But yeah, that's very interesting, man. So I didn't know Senegal had a lot of gold out there. So, yeah.
In the southeast, if you go in the east of Senegal, in Kedu, we have the mind, but we don't control our mind. Our state has only 10%, I think.
You say 10% who? Ivory?
No, what we gain, what our state gain. To the exploitation is less than 10%, I think.
Oh, okay, I got you.
We say 10%, but we do earn nothing.
So, as a Pan Africanist, I heard you speak about us having kind of and which I agree with, kind of like a united front, throughout the diaspora. Do you think that's feasible? Do you think that's something that we can actually do? I think I forget the sister's name. She be with I think it's one brother. I think it's like PLO Lumumba, and it's a sister. She go in her speech. I'm gonna see if I can pull up her name real quick. But do you think that that is feasible for us to have this united front throughout the continent and the diaspora?
Me as a trainer, what I have been teaching and I teach people is that it's the only group that make difference. That only strong group. Les group 4, what we call in French, les group 4. If you want to win systemic fighting, you have to, work on group. And the group needs sometimes people that have really, capacity of financiers to finance.
Right.
No, because for example, you have the intention to come to learn the ground, to know how to invest. You can not only come to Senegal and go back and say, I'm investing on that. It will take time first for you to know. You will need to know people. You will need to move around Senegal and around all the states in West Africa, and even as a state, like in Central Africa or South Africa. That you will need a lot of money, but you will need people you trust.
Right.
In Africa, in your diaspora, in your first area where you come from. So imagine how much people it can be. And in all area, if you want to people to make change, they need group. It's what I have been teaching and what I teach. And most people they don't know that we work in the leadership that people are communicating. Most of the people they communicate in the media. They are well known. But do they have a group around them? What programs they set up? So I think that we can make change if we have strong group in the diaspora. I know that sometimes it's good to make a part the religious part, like the group of Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah.
They are organized.
The Nation of Islam.
Of Islam. Because however you believe, fight for Africa, fight for your people. And before fighting, you have to show people that you are disciplined. If you remember, they are organized, they are well educated, and all they need, they can have inside the community. They don't go outside the community. And all they have, they get it inside the community. And the community is an association, is an organization. Do you know how many organizations you know there that are really well organized?
Not many.
And that's the problem. So we have a program that we call Development of Organization. Me is my specialization.
Okay. And what's the name of that organization?
No, I say I have a module. No, I was in an NGO, but now I'm out. I set up my own structure, my own organization. It's called Bureau de Research of Data Strategy, Office of Research of Strategy Research. Okay. Office of the best of the world. But I'm fighting. But I have a module. The module is like a program. The program is how to develop strategic plan that can develop the organization. Okay. Strategy plan, sometimes you can plan to 5, 10, 15 years. But you have to think how to develop the organization, how to position your organization. Okay. And our weakness is what you say. Today, we have not a lot of organization in the diaspora. One by one, we cannot make things change. This is the first. The different kind of organization, what areas they are acting. Do they acting in education? Do they acting in wealth? Do they acting to make money? Do they acting even in about security and army? And so on and so forth. Right. So you see now where is our weakness? Because we have not trained our children, we have not trained our youth. That's why when they grow up, they don't see the interest to initiate organization or to be in organization. So what they think is about learn, is about playing, it's about doing sport. So that even it's a culture. Culture should be in ideology. Even sport should be in ideology. So we have other organizations that we can turn to them in ideology. Even they are in culture, in singing, in doing sport, even friendship. We can turn them to ideology. We can only need the link and to share with them. Some talk, some ideology talk. By sharing with them, so they are front of the reality, their history, their responsibility, and the pattern of the system. And to be conscious, to be awake. You have to awake now, people. This work is a work of underground. And you have to train a lot of people to train the community.
Pertaining to the United Front, I believe what is needed is a re-emergence of it. Because it happened before. It happened with Fidel Castro and the Cuban Revolution. Stabilize apartheid. I use that word deliberately because apartheid to me it still existed in South Africa right now. It still exists as we speak.
South Africa exists in Cuba till now.
Still own the land. The white seculars still control most of the wealth in South Africa. So it has to be totally dismantled. And on an intellectual level, you have people like Kwame Ture, Dr. Walter Rodney, those are intellectuals, I don't know if the brother heard of a book named How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. That is a book that I believe we should study,
Walter Rodney.
Understand what took place and what task we have ahead of us. But a united front is possible because we did it before. We did it to stop apartheid from expanding. And I believe we need to continue with it, that we can have that connection with the diaspora and the continent because we were passionate. But I believe since the 1980s, coming up, into the early, after the 90s, a lot of things change. Where, especially in the music world, because the music and the art was a part of that movement for liberation. So we need to step it up back. I believe it can work.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I think it can work too, especially with all this technology we have today, these platforms, social media. Although, what do you think about secret societies? You know what I mean? Like, you have Freemasonry, which to my understanding comes out of Kemet, and they do have Prince Hall, but do we need to have like lodges where we can speak, because say like right now we're on the phone, we're on TikTok, we can't even speak our sacred tongue to one another. We have to be even careful on how we speak with one another. Do you think that this, in order to be successful, when we talk about a united front, we need to have lodges maybe, or am I reaching here, or what's your thoughts on that?
You don't need to say this kind of word, but I understand. In the early, when I was beginning, I say things like that. Mm-hmm. And they take that from us, from the African culture. The African culture, African ethnic group is about secret. Mm-hmm. The African knowledge power is about secret. Mm-hmm. But you don't talk any kind of things to anybody. Mm-hmm. You have to know people, what kind of people is reliable you can trust. Mm-hmm. You can be with, you can work with. And where to be and to work and to prepare. That is illogical. I think we have some problem because, I don't know, because they wash our brain that make us not think in the right way. Mm-hmm. This is a normal thing because what I say is that CIA, I don't say them, but I say CIA. CIA is about secret. That's a fact. All the secret service are leading their states. It's about secrets. Mm-hmm. It's only that. It's the post fact. It's what I say to you. Russia, why they are strong today? Because of Putin was in the secret service, and when it's the secret service who promote him, and he leave Russia with the secret service, and now Russia take his place again. He's on his place again. So, what is our problem? We understand all that. Why we cannot develop that? Because selfishness. Reality, our principal problem is not to be conscious or not. It's selfishness. We don't trust each other. And betray. Even we betray because we are selfish. Right. And selfishness, it was not in our culture. It's Arab pigs and Arab and French, white people who introduced that in our society. Until we are selfish, it will be what we call in French the fry. It will be the weakness, the point of weakness that will break the cycle, our cycle, anytime. Yeah, Marcus Garvey was on top of that FBI list. That's one thing. I forget what the there was something that they had put out. I forget the name of the it had something to do with the government, the U.S. government, keeping an eye out for the next black messiah. You know what I mean? I think that's still in effect today. You know what I mean? So they're always looking for the next leader and Lumumba. Lumumba, the CIA. Oh, you asked me say that again? Who killed Lumumba? Oh, I'm going to yeah, I would say that. I would definitely say that. We have more than 100, more than... Plenty, yes. 25, more than 25 who have been killed. Who killed them is a secret service of France and yes. Mm-hmm. Who killed them? Who killed the President Kennedy? Who killed Malcolm X? Who killed there and here? Mm-hmm. We are not ready. That's only our problem. we are selfish, we are not ready. And then has a secret service who define all policy.
And they don't even get along. The amazing thing is that these Europeans, they don't even get along with each other, but they know how to come together when it come to us. You know what I'm saying? They know how to come together when it come to us.
All the, between 1,000 years, till the Second World War, all the centuries they were fighting each other. But even they are trying to fight each other, to make wide their border and to take the leadership. They were trying to control the world, and as you say, at a certain moment, they can be around the table and to say that we have to be agree opposites, that they have this strength that we have not, that they fight in a way that African has not fight each other.
Wicked, savage.
I say, till more than all the 2,000 years passed before the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
They were fighting again. I try to study wars, war of recent 100 war of between France and Great Britain. All they were fighting.
Right.
But the problem, like at a certain moment, they are around the table and they agree.
Mm-hmm. That's
to control and to be in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we cannot
mm-hmm.
do, because in a certain level we have immaturity of surviving. If you want to survive, you have to develop your intelligence at a certain moment.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, we are using our heart. Your heart, it gives you the will to fight. But the strategy, you need to use your mind, and you need some time to be calm. Even it's hard. You need to control. Even your brothers, your sisters, the position she or he is, the way he talk, the vision he has, it doesn't fit you. Sometimes you have to be quiet, to listen to him to the hand, and to see the way to convince him. That's our weakness. And if we need strategy, before to go strategy, you have to be around the table and to be agreed to the way you have to take.
Right.
But until now, not.
Yeah, man. I stand with you on that, man. You're a very brilliant brother, very enlightening and encouraging brother, man. I hope there's many more like you out there. I know you're unique in your own way, but just with the strength and the willingness to push forward, man, and to speak out, man. Not too many people are willing to do that, so I appreciate you for that. Do you have any final words for the people? You know what I mean? Where they can find you, how they can support you, and things of that nature.
The final word is, I think, my elder. I suppose he is my elder. The third one was talking. I don't know his name.
Imira.
Yes, let me write it. Imira. What a good name. Really thanks to listen at him, because he has the skills we need, because we need wise people.
Yes, sir.
Because sometimes we can talk from our soul, from what we feel, from our heart,
mm-hmm.
but we have not the light. And sometimes wise people make light around us. He make light around our words. We are not knowledge, but we have will. And we have faith, and we are in this fighting for a long time. And that's why when my sister said me to come to talk, I say she is a Pan Africanist. So when a Pan Africanist need, I have to be there.
Right.
Even I don't, because it's the bridge we want. The second things, I noticed that all the years past, as I see a lot of people coming from the diaspora
mm-hmm.
in Europe. Principally in Europe and in US.
Mm-hmm.
But even my wife, she come to US, and I see most of them, they want to settle here.
Yes.
The language here, talking French is really a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a break, difficult for them, but I see that they want to stay here. So what they feel, that means that African from the diaspora, they feel Africa at this moment. I don't know what makes that. but I see a lot of them, they try to come here.
Right.
But it's not easy because even us, we have been transformed by the system. We start to be predators. We are opportunists. We are egoists because of the difficulty of life, and our culture is broken. The way we are going, the way our culture is broken, that means that the family is broken, you know. So that's why when you come, sometimes it's difficult for you with people. But if you learn all that before to come, you will know how to live with us because you have all the information. I know that our people, the way that we will be in the future is always determined by the great power. It can be Allah for the Muslim, it can be, I don't know, but the one who created this earth and who choose us as the first people. It's not by hazard, it's not by chance.
Yeah.
And the way we live, all the atrocity, all the difficulties between us and them, we had to leave it to know who we are and who is God. So we have to have the faith and to be the best we can be and to love each other. If we start to love any black people we see, however he can be, however sometimes we hurt each other, it's only individuals, but as a people, you know, as a spiritual people, we have to love each other. If we love each other, we will not be selfish.
Right.
If we are not selfish, we will go to our brothers and sisters and we will reinforce the community. And if we reinforce the community, some have knowledge, some have network, some has, you know, light, some has money. All will be gathered. Some has a leadership, some has a communication, you know, some has a lot of skills. And step by step, it will be easy to build. It will be easy. You will not need to search opportunity. Opportunity will come for you. And God will show us step by step where we are going. It's only that we have to enlighten ourselves. We have to be good and love each other. It's only what I have to do. And not fall in all traps that white people make us to divide us and to hate us. We have to try to love each other. It's only that what I have to say. Wherever we can be in the around the world.
Yeah, I agree, man. All we got is us, and you know what I take away from that. What you're saying is that we are all pieces of the puzzle. You know what I mean? We all bring something to the table, and I totally agree with that, man. And I'm optimistic. You know what I mean? I'm optimistic that we are going to put this puzzle together, and we will, you know, be triumphant. We will succeed in this. It'll no longer be a struggle. You know what I mean? We'll be sitting in success, man. And I think Africa is the future. And that's why, you know, I have my sights set to come to the continent. And I don't know what, you know, my destiny is there, but I just know my spirit is calling me to go there, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Do you have any contact information, how we can reach out to you? How the people can pull you up? Are you online, Facebook, anything like that?
No, sometimes I try to hide my people because if I share to them, they will share all. They will share, and I know how people here they right now. All is in network.
Okay.
Because they follow us, and if they follow us, and in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, we build something, they will know that what we're building. Because for me, we have to build schools first.
Yes.
You can take a little house, you can rent the house, open the school for the children. Our mission that we have to gain is to the education for the children, the black children, only the black children. If we open school, use the children, we know that the future, we will not lose the future because they're fighting. They fight for the children. White people, they can plan. The skills by planning. So you also, we have to plan, have them. And the first step to plan is to educate, is to prepare the children. Yeah, for me, it's that. Me, what I waiting, what I'm fighting, I pray God anytime for me to make it easy. But if people have to know it, they will know it. If they will have to do it, they will do it. But they will not do it for me because what we are trying to do, what I trying to do, is for the community, and it's for the school. for the children, for school for the youth.
Mm-hmm.
In computer, but even in computer, you put inside the ideology. A lot of module, lot of program about Pan Africanism, about history, about security, about army.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we have to train our children, our youth, our geopolitics. We have to teach them the way of geopolitics. We have to prepare them to be the best of the best. That's the first step. And after you open business, little business to not lose a lot of money, little business, something that you can easily invest and it doesn't cost you a much. And if it runs well, you gain. If it doesn't win, you don't lose a lot. For me. Yeah. But I need a network, a strong network. Is what I need. And to build all of us, to try to build where we can build here in the diaspora, where Black people are, we have to build it something there. In US, in the Caribbean, in Africa, in India, anywhere we can, we have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to reinforce each other anywhere because the vision is global. Our vision has to be global.
Mm-hmm.
It's only that. But put the process step by step by the means we have, by the level we are.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, I really thanks Diana, honestly, because when I see Black people doing things for the community, I am the soldier of the community. Is the way we live.
Absolutely.
So it's a very strong what I'm feeling. And I heard you talking, the joy you have, how you enjoy. I feel it. When I heard Amara, when he's talking as wife, I feel it. So we are. I cannot say what I'm feeling, but I'm really grateful to the Almighty and encourage you by this way. And be sure that Africa, maybe we will not be here. Africa will be on top.
Yes.
Be sure.
Well, hopefully in my lifetime, I would love to see that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Start to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You see the situation in Mali. They kick off France. They kick off US. They kick off UN.
Mm-hmm.
German and all the states. They kick off them, and we see it, and it's us.
Mm-hmm.
It's no one else. It's the Pan Africanist. It's the youth, the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are seeing it now, and you will see a lot of things will come, and you will see it.
Wow.
For sure. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, I know we've been on for a minute, but I just had to say that because when you're talking about education and everything, and it's kind of like, it's odd that it was the African that taught the Greek and the Roman how to read, write, and philosophy and all these different things. But when we go into our schools, a lot of the literature, a lot of the books are authored by them. And it's a lot of misinformation in these books. So I'm having a vision now of a school where all the literature is from Black scholars, Black mathematicians, Black scientists, and things of that nature. That would definitely be a beautiful thing. I just had to throw that in real quick. But
even a library, you can start to have some book, to get some book from all the people
Mm-hmm.
Have a library. If you come, you can have your library in where you live.
Mm-hmm.
You make associate. Developing strategy is not complicated. It's only to have the real one, the real people. You have to be a real team,
mm-hmm.
a strong team, and the program is easy. We can make program for 100 years coming
mm-hmm.
around the world. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. If you have your guys, real guys, I can tell you, and you process one by one.
Mm-hmm.
If you use the new technology, as you say, now it's easy. It's more easy.
Right.
More easy.
Yeah. There's a lot of, you got Wikipedia and all of that. But yeah, brother, man, that's deep. We're going to have to get you on again, man, whenever you have some time. Maybe we could do a part 2, man. Because
I am your soldier. I'm your soldier. I don't know if you understand.
What does that mean?
I am your soldier. If you walk.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
Problem. No problem.
Yes, sir, because, you're very insightful, man, and you have a lot of information, and I just think that we could go down a rabbit hole this evening, and I don't even think we were supposed to even be on this. So we've been on for about going on a little over 2 hours now. So, but
and tomorrow I have a training. I have to travel because we start a training that we give to a young boy, a youth group.
Okay.
We start. Well, I can send some picture to Diana.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Yes, you see, we try.
That'll be. And what's the age group on them?
The age they are at here is at university. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
22, 23.
Awesome.
20, more than 20.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate.
It's going. I have been trained with two of my guys as a volunteer.
Okay.
And because we think that we cannot wait to have means to build. If we wait to have means, we will never build nothing, because they take from us all the means that we need. That's why even our government are poor. So even our government, if they wait to be financed, they will depend to Western. So we have to develop strategy and to be volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to do for our community.
Absolutely.
And if we be conscious, and if we train people to be a trainer, to be coach, to be trainer, we will prepare a lot of children and a lot of young boys, because most of them they have no means.
Mm-hmm.
So and we have the skills to give them. So why not? It's our mission, so we do it. And it's a delight.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there, man. You know, as they say, sometimes we have too many chiefs, not enough Indians, you know. And I know out here, some of these youngsters, they don't want to listen to the elders. A lot of these youngsters think they know it all already, you know. And it's been so much that went on, man, over here, man. I mean, we don't even have a rites of passage, really. You know what I mean? And so a lot of the young guys, they take to the streets and they think that, you know, playing street games is a rites of passage. You know, maybe to get shot or to go to jail is a rites of passage. So it's things is just so crazy right now, man. And, you know, I could take away a lot from what you were just saying right there. We do need that. We need that training. You know what I mean? We need that education and that training to go hand in hand. You know what I mean? And, you know.
Let me. I'm sending to Jana right now some picture.
Okay.
We'll send it to you right now because we start today. I have to go to be there today, but I have to do the interview. I say that I will go tomorrow early in the morning.
Okay.
Because of the radio interview. But
That's
I'm
awesome.
sending it.
Okay.
Right now. I have sent her one picture. I will send her the other. She can send it to you right now.
Okay.
The method is not the classical method. We sit down, you know, the sand to develop to break the ego, because each of us we have ego. So the method is first to break the ego of each young boy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, because if you want to work with your community, you have first to work on your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah. I have sent her.
Okay. Yeah, she stepped away right now, so yeah. But I'll definitely take a look at them, man, and you know, big up to you, man, and everything that you're doing out there. I don't know what your schedule's like, but Diana, definitely reach out to you, and we're gonna have to do a part 2, maybe even a part 3 on this. Because it's a lot, and I know I had a lot of questions too, man. I mean, even you know, pertaining to the wall off and things like that. But we'll definitely reach out to you, brother. Do you have any last words or anything? Or?
Any last words? I say, we have to be pragmatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to be pragmatic and to go. We don't realize. We say here, the human being, you as a human being, you don't realize, but you have the will to do. So we have only to do. Don't think about, I will fail, I will success. No, don't think about success or failing. Only fight and do what you have to do at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It's only that.
Absolutely.
I have no time, but I find the time to do this interview.
Right.
If I was saying that I plan to go for the training, I will not go, but I organize myself. I call one guy, I say, you have to go today because I have an interview, because the interview can be a link between me and the group in the diaspora. It's because in the fighting we need that. So go do the training today. Tomorrow morning, early morning, I can do. So all is about will and organization. So we have to do what we have to do by prioritizing. But we have not to wait, because we don't know tomorrow if we will be alive. And what we are doing is we are doing to our generation, to our elder who fight and who die.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think a lot. We have to do. So we have to do at the right time. We have not to think a lot. It's only what I have to do. So we have to go forward.
All right, brother. I appreciate that. Be pragmatic, brothers and sisters. Be pragmatic out there, man, to all the listening audience. That is our brother, but I'm sorry?
Africa is more far away than the image they show in the Westerns. Africa is more advanced than what they're showing. You will come, you will see, inshallah.
All day. Absolutely.
Thanks to Jana, thanks to you.
Thank you,
big
brother.
Respect our elder Aymara.
Aymara, yes, sir.
Very, very respect. We are family.
Yes, sir. Well, peace to you, brother, and we'll be talking to you soon, man. Peace and Black Power, man.
Peace to Black Power.
Peace.
Thanks. Okay. Have a good night.
You too, bro. Later.
Okay, respect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the good brother, Baji, tapping in from Senegal. I definitely appreciate him, man. I appreciate his time, man. Very enlightening. Man, I had a million other questions, man, but, you know, time was fleeing. Couldn't even really get into it, but hopefully we will have a part 2, and we will definitely let you all know. But, you know, me and my special someone, we always talk about going to Africa. You know, we have a conversation that kind of goes similar to this one right here.